All right, so hello everyone. Welcome to our October team call. It's so good to see many of you on here live. I know we record these calls each month for convenience because we know everyone can't make it, but I truly value those who take time out of your day to hop on these calls live and to see your faces. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. And tonight we get to hear from the lovely Nicole McVeigh. But before we begin, I'm going to do our usual announcements and everything, and then we will get to Nicole. So let me share my screen here. All right, so just a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Okay, awesome. Thanks. I see you, Nicole. All right, so we're in October. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I just feel like these months have been flying by. And October means that we are in the very last 3 months, the last quarter of the year, which is crazy to me. It's flown by. But I'm excited to finish this year strong with all of you. So first up, some recognition. We had some September life changers. Amy had Success Club 10, helping 5 people, which is awesome. So congratulations, Amy. And Kimberly actually achieved Success Club for her 2nd month in a row, which means that she is 1 month away from earning herself a free ticket to Summit. So congratulations to Kimberly, and let's all cheer her on as she gets her last month to earn that ticket and to be there at Summit. Congratulations to Diana and Courtney also being up there on that Life Changer board. All right, so we have our October dates. If you were on our Power Hour or saw any of the Power Hour notes, we kind of went over the month really in detail to help you so you can duplicate it month after month after month. But this is up here in our team page, so just keep that in mind. Some of the focuses, which I'll switch to here, we had Clean Week. This is from corporate. Clean Week launched today. So for all of us that have BOD, we can check it out on Beachbody On Demand. All of the workouts are there now. If you looked at it this morning like I did, all the workouts are there. All of the meal plans are there. All the details. I did post the FAQ in our team page though, so if you have any questions about it, check out the FAQ, but if you still are confused or anything, let me know or post in our team page. But we will have our first official Clean Week, and we'll run that each month. We'll do a Clean Week each month together as a team. If you would like to participate with challengers the last week of the month, most of the time. There are some months that are like December. Next month, actually, in November, it falls the week after Thanksgiving, which actually works out well. But in December, it falls the week of Christmas if we followed that trend, and I don't think that that's going to work out. So you'll see, we'll have to adjust slightly. But the first week that we are doing it in October is the week of October 23rd. It is also launch month for the UK. That is happening on October 19th. Oh, someone's drawing on my screen. Who's doing that? Someone's making pretty designs. Okay. I did not do that. I did not know who did that.
Michael.
It was me. I'm sorry.
Did that happen to you before, Casey?
It did.
I don't
There's
know.
like a little pen on the phone app, and I accidentally hit it. I was trying to make my screen bigger on my phone.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I'll see if I can erase it. Sorry.
That's okay. All right. Well, so, oh man, look at you, Casey. Oh my goodness. All right. The Success Club reward is a double time bag and towels, and there is a sneak peek this month for double time. Also, All Access Challenge Pack. If you did not see, it is on sale, the promotional price all the way through the end of the year. So like I mentioned before, they're trying to keep that a permanent price. So hopefully that's the case, but at least we have it through the end of the year. And also the diamond bonus pool is up for grabs. Again, this is a new quarter. So if you achieve Success Club in October, November, December, and you achieve diamond, or you keep your diamond status for at least 6 weeks in the quarter, then you earn that $250 bonus, which is nice. Okay, so just a change that wasn't on our calendar at the top in our cover photo. We now have a self-paced new coach training. So that is something different. It is still a 10-day training. So technically you could pace yourself for 10 days, but it also allows us to get people in the training as soon as they sign up, whenever they're ready. They don't have to wait. And I decided to switch this in talking with some other coaches because often, and it's okay, I mean, it happens to so many of us, but often we have coaches that get into this training and maybe they don't finish within the 10 days, and we are kind of resetting the group and adding people back in. So instead of having to get like restarting the training each month, it's now going to be, all the content's going to be there for you. It's still labeled by days. It's organized in a photo album, and it still has the checklist and all the documents that you need. So it's still very much organized. So I posted it in our group, so please request to add if you need to refresh, if you need to finish, if you plan on adding coaches to your team and you want to be able to get them in this new coach training, then you need to get in this self-paced training. If you have any questions at all, let me know. And then last, I just wanted to encourage you to chime in on our October goals post. You've heard it before. Sharing your goals with people, writing your goals down, it helps you make those goals more real and make you want to go after those goals, achieve those goals, and stay more accountable. So definitely, whatever you have, fitness, personal, business, whatever it might be, comment on that post in our team page. All right. So now we have Nicole with purple all over her face. I apologize. But I am so excited to hear from Nicole tonight. I have her slides for her, and she's going to kind of share with us about herself and how she's gotten started, and a little bit about her journey, and we titled it Letting Yourself Shine on Social Media, because if you haven't checked out her page lately, she truly shines, and you just know all about her, and I feel like she just has such a unique way of sharing and being herself, and that's why I was hoping that she would share with us tonight. So Nicole, you can take it away.
Well, hi everybody. First, I really truly am honored to do this. I still am trying to find my footing with social media, so to kind of talk on this is pretty cool, and honored. So I appreciate it, and I hope that all the tips that I have, everyone finds helpful. So I've been coaching almost 3 years now. It's like on the heavier half of 2.5, and I'm so much in a different place than I was when I first started coaching. Even like who I am and who I've evolved to be and how I found myself has really, really changed since when I first started coaching. And Amy and I were talking about that earlier. We're not, when you start coaching, you're not who you are when you first started. You've totally evolved. And my social media has kind of evolved with that. I got into Beachbody just really wanting, or coaching, really just wanting the discount. I had no real plans on being an active coach. And it's pretty crazy what has grown from it all. I started with 21 Day Fix and the challenge pack, and fell in love with Shakeology and wanted the discount, that kind of thing. And I just, originally when I started posting on social media, it was just kind of peppering things in there. And when I wanted to do more with it, I think I did what you're probably not supposed to do, and that was just very generic and very salesy. And like I said, as I've grown, and as I've grown into me, I've kind of learned how to share that, and I'm still learning. And part of that is kind of with people, other coaches that I follow on social media. I follow Jatana Jackson. She's a huge kind of inspiration to me because I feel like she is very similar to me in some ways. Like, I watch her a lot on Instagram and her Insta stories, and watching her has actually helped inspire me to share more about myself and to be more real and more honest and creative in how I share my life and my fitness journey. So to say that, I have to kind of put that out there. I have to kind of give her that kind of credit because I found her on there, and she has, I don't know, she's kind of like my social media role model because she's just so fun to watch. And I think if you find someone who's really fun to watch and makes you smile and makes you laugh and makes fitness and life seem fun, then you're going to gravitate toward them. So that's kind of what I do when I post. I just think it's fun. Is my page uplifting? What I want to read it, but I want to know me. And so that's kind of the foot that I lead with. So yeah, if you want to hit the first slide, please. Thank you. So I've got 5 steps for you. The first step is kind of like first and foremost. And it's really this first, impress them by being human. It carries this theme right here. It carries over all of my 5 steps that we're going to talk about. And it's really what I continue to tell myself when it comes to driving my social media. When I heard this quote, or I read this quote, actually, a dance teacher wrote it on the mirror of her classroom. And she was talking to her students about not trying to be perfect. And she wrote it just all across the mirror. And I saw it and I thought that really resonated with me, not just as like a dance teacher to my other students, because I do that on the side as well. But when I post on my social media, and it's not unlikely for us to want to be perfect, to post the most perfect selfie, or when we're maybe posting a workout video, it's not uncommon to only want to show the good parts, the parts where, we're doing the full push-up and we're not modifying, or we're going like the hardest on our cardio and we're not like dying out of breath. We don't really show that stuff sometimes. But what I have found is that people don't relate to perfection. No one can relate to perfection. So if you show the raw, the real, your flaws, your struggles, people are going to relate to that. Like tons more than they're going to relate to what you do perfectly. And what I found as well through some of my posts is that it creates authenticity, and it creates kind of even like credibility as well, because they just realize that they can relate to you. They're drawn to you so much more. I mean, you think about the people that you like, or the friends in your circle, and like, who are they? Are they people that are very similar to you, people that you have common, whether goals or just common things in your life, maybe your mom or your kids or things like that. So when I post these things about my struggles, or I post things about how there's things that aren't perfect in my life, like maybe it's not a perfect picture, or I make fun of myself, learning to laugh at yourself, and just showing that in your posts. So I think this really just does explain it best. Impress them by being human. No one can relate to perfection. So sometimes, like, for example, this kind of post would be in your workout videos. So ones that I used to post a year ago, I only did I was very, very serious, and I was only doing like my high points, when my push-ups were on my toes and I wasn't modifying and that kind of thing. Now I start to add other things in there where I'm showing that I'm modifying, and I'm showing that I have to take a break that wasn't scheduled in there. I need a minute. And people relate to that a whole lot more. People open up to you a whole lot more when you're honest in that way. Okay, thanks. Sharing is caring. So obviously I'm a mom of 2. And that is like what I say to my son and daughter all the time. And I think that a lot of parents have probably heard it. Sharing is caring. So with this one, you can go to the next slide. So with this tip, it's really about being what you're sharing and the information that you're sharing. So the product of the product and how it naturally fits into your life. There's an emphasis on the word naturally. So this would be the sales post versus the I'm working out and this is just naturally in my life post. I think that also relates to you're on a health and fitness journey. You're not on a beach body journey. So if you kind of lead with your health and fitness journey rather than leading with the beach body journey, then your posts are going to be more natural in that way. Realness and raw truths create credibility. If you're, and that kind of goes back to the being human thing, if you're constantly trying to be perfect and show that you have it all together, it's not real, it's not natural, and it's going to come off that way. It's going to come off fake and it's going to come off played. And then when you go to connect with someone, they're not going to feel like they really know you, or they're going to feel intimidated by you because they think, well, she's got it all together and I don't, because we all don't have it together. And I don't know if I would even be comfortable trying to connect with someone who I felt like, how is she going to relate to me? Like, she's perfect and she's so in control of her life. But if you're really not, like, they're not going to see that because you haven't shown it. All you show is that everything is just roses. So when you're real and when you're truthful and you talk about how hard this is, because it is hard, the journey is hard, not just coaching, but just day to day, juggling all of the hats that you wear in your life, from being a parent, from being a sister, to being a daughter, to being, wherever you are in your family, a mother, a father. It is hard, and trying to balance it all. So talking about that and talking about how you overcome your struggles and whatever it is that is your Achilles heel, it's going to help draw people to you, and it's going to give you credibility because they're going to know that you've always been honest about who you are and what you've struggled with in this process. So instead of preaching, it's been easy, it's been easy, it's been easy, oh, it's so easy, and then they go to do it and it's hard, then they're either going to think something's wrong with them, or they're going to think, well, you lied, this wasn't easy. So either way, it kind of comes back to bite you. So just being real and honest and genuine about it is extremely important when you're talking about it in your posts. And then the last bullet is share what is you. Like, share you. Like, and I've been to several little like Beachbody Super Saturdays, and we've talked several times about social media and posting. And this last one we were at, they also talked about it, and this comes up a lot. Just being yourself. We all have like the same program. We all have the same nutrition that we can share. We all have the same products, but what we don't have is, or what is unique about us, is ourselves. And that is kind of like the game changer in all of this. So it sounds easy, but it actually for me was hard, and it's becoming easier because I've started learning more about myself. And as the more I've learned about myself, the easier it has been to post it. But if you just think about who you are and what you do in your day, and like when you make your shake, and when do you work out, and when do you have lunch, and what don't you like to do in your day? Like, it's just anything, even with your life, or like, what's your favorite show? Just anything. Just think about who you are, and make sure that you're putting that in your posts, because it's going to make you more unique and stand out. Post with purpose and be intentional. So with this, there's a couple of things that you want to ask yourself and things that you want to make sure you're including. You can go to the next one. Ask yourself, who are you speaking to? So this would be the purpose and the intent. Who are you speaking to? Who can relate to it? What's the message that you want to get across? So usually I think about this stuff like with anything. If I'm posting something about like doing laundry or doing dishes and how my house is a mess. Obviously, that kind of post, I'm speaking to, maybe a housewife, or a parent, or even a dad, a stay-at-home dad, like someone who, or anybody who just doesn't like to do housework and this stuff's piling up. So I would say I'm speaking to someone with that. If I'm posting something about like nutrition, about how it's been off lately, like, the last 2 days, and I share how I went off the rail, like I'm talking to people who have been struggling themselves, or have, continued to struggle, or have fallen off the wagon. So that might reach them. When you're putting a post out there, you want to ask yourself, who do you want to see it? Who do you want it to connect with? And then in that post, as you're writing it, you can create originality by giving advice. So with my housework and things like that, my advice might be like what I do to either get it done or to get back on track. Or when it comes to my nutrition, my advice on how I get back on track. Sometimes I include my shake because it's kind of my staple. So if I say it's the one thing that gets me back on track, or using my meal planner and planning out my meals, so that would be advice. Thoughts and feelings, like that's how you're going to add your originality to your post. Be engaging, and that's just by asking questions. So even if you made a post where, like, let's say you're going out on date night and you have several outfits, and you show pictures of you in those 3 outfits, and you ask for advice, which one do you choose? Like, you're going to get people who are going to comment and connect with you on that, and it has nothing to do with fitness and Beachbody, anything at all, but they're going to start connecting with you because you're asking them for their opinion. And people love to give you their opinions. So if you make a post where they're able to do that, then you're really going to have a lot of activity under that. And include your special stamp, whether it's a picture of you in it or just your special like little flair on it. Just if you are always showing up in your posts somewhere, then you're going to have that connection with people. People are going to start learning about you if you you continuously put yourself in those posts and where it should be. So again, just ask yourself who you're speaking to and what your purpose of it is, and be intentional about those. Content and contentment. Number 4. Go ahead. So the content would be you're outside of Beachbody, outside of the health and fitness world, because we don't want to be continuously word vomiting Beachbody, because then people are going to get sick of it. And then every time they see your post, they're like, oh, it's just another one of those. So it's important to post other things that are about who you are, because obviously health and fitness are important to us. Otherwise we wouldn't be coaches, but there are other things that make up who we are. So we want to make sure that our social media addresses those things. So it would be your family, your kids, pets, sports, books, cooking. They're just off the top of the head. I said I teach dance. It's something else that I do. So I also talk about that, and I share my dance students sometimes. And when that content, you also want to think about contentment. Things that make you happy, things that make you feel fulfilled, because you want an uplifting, positive social media. If you don't want gloom and doom all the time, there are ways to address, struggles and bad days and still kind of turn them around. And that's actually the next one. But with this, you want to think about, when you're posting this content, you want to post things that are like uplifting, that change, especially with the way things are. I mean, today, a lot of people, so many people that will get on there and will say, I'm taking a hiatus from Facebook for a while, because they just don't want to get on there and see people arguing and see the content debating. So when you put content on there that kind of breaks up that, people actually feel good to see it, and they feel relieved to see something that just breaks away from all the other chaos in their day. If I always think to myself, if they wanted something to bring them informative or bring them down, they'd turn on the news. Like I want something that when they come to my page, it's going to just make them smile, because it makes me happy. So yeah, post things that are uplifting and make you happy, and just kind of share your life in that way. Lemons and lemonade. So that this is kind of branching up off of the be positive and keep it positive and keep it uplifting. Go ahead, you can do this one. So you turn a struggle into motivation, turn a bad day into an inspirational post, and just keep it positive. So your struggle can be progress posts. I mean, we did right before Summit, right before everyone went to Summit, we did this really big, it was week-long push-up challenge that someone started in our team page. And a lot of us got involved, and I did that. And we all set a push-up goal, and we had to go live every day on those push-ups and trying to meet those goals. And it's very clear in the first video that I posted, where I struggled and what count I got to when I struggled. And the next time I posted, it was still a struggle, but it was motivational to continue to go, and it was showing my progress and how I was getting better each day. The same thing with anything with nutrition, or even if it's something where you want to talk about you connecting with your spouse and going on more date nights, and you can show that it doesn't have to just be something bad. If it's a bad day, you can say, oh, this day has not gone, this has not been my day, but so thankful for X, Y, and Z. It's just turning those posts around where you can still talk and share about how you haven't had a great day, how you have goals and aspirations and things maybe aren't going your way. There's still a way to share that. And I try to turn it around where even though I'm sharing the bad, I'm still trying to make it good at the same time. And continuously being, thankful and grateful in my posts. Yeah. So, and if you've seen any of my posts, a lot of it I add music, because that's part of what I do. I play music all the time throughout the day. I really play it when I work out. Because I don't work out first thing in the morning, it's something that I kind of sacrifice myself. I work out with my kids home, and that's in my videos. I show that sometimes I have to stop what I'm doing and go and parent them in the middle of my workout. I share things with, whether it's my dogs, because my dogs always get in the way, or I hate laundry and hate washing dishes, and I post things about that. I post about going to dance, and just throughout my day, just anything throughout my day, where people can get to know me and my personality, and as well as on the coaching side. So I feel like they kind of see all aspects of me.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing just to wrap up some things and see if you have any questions. But I think you did, that was amazing content. Thank you so much, Nicole. You did such an awesome job sharing some really valuable tips. And I think one of the big things is that that people get confused with, or not confused, but have difficulty is yes, we are Beachbody coaches, but our journeys are separate from Beachbody. So I like how Nicole said that you're on a health and fitness journey. You're not on a Beachbody journey. So, and that's something to show on your social media. It's not all about just Beachbody. It's about health, fitness, nutrition, personal development, wellness, that whole side. And it does not have to include, and that kind of includes all the curiosity marketing stuff that we've been hearing about from Shalene as well. So thank you so much, Nicole. Does anyone have any questions for Nicole while we have her here? Any questions at all? If you do come up with any questions, I'm sure that she will be happy to answer. Message, post in our team page, whatever you would like. We haven't taken a picture in a while. Would everyone like to show their lovely faces and take a picture? Some of you are not there. Would you like to show your, oh, there we go. Show your faces. Come on now. One more. Maybe.
This is my washing dishes
Oh,
face.
there we go. Okay, ready? Smile. One more, hold on. Okay, got it. All right. So good to see you guys. Thanks for hopping on. Have a great night.